So I have 2 rows of spots left on my trays. And I decided that I needed to grow some of the things I grew last year again. I left them in the containers so that I would know which one of the containers was used for this. And I forgot about that. All right, silly people. Yeah, there should be a sign here too. Excuse me. And there is. Ah, well, save some plastic. All right. Let me put that there to remind me. I found another Mamma Mia Rosa too. Anyway, so the 2 things I'm going to plant is I'm going to plant Thai basil and I'm going to plant regular basil. Now, when I say regular, this is not your standard stuff from your average seed company, to be honest. Let me get the Thai in here first, and then we'll talk about the very cool experiment we did last year. And why we're going to do it again. Basically, as I recall, the Thai basil was like dust, and I was right. It is. It's tiny. It's kind of like, starts with a D. There's a few flower seeds that are like this. They're the size of pepper grains. So I am just going to kind of sprinkle a couple of these into the individual locations and tap them in. But the Thai basil is wonderful. It has, even if I don't cook with it, it's so good for pollinators, and it's just this amazing floral scent, and it's actually delicious. We love it in Vietnamese spring rolls and other things. It's used a lot in Asian cooking. We just adore it. But onto our regular basil. Now, this one's kind of a special one. Last year, we have always grown basil here pretty much. But to be honest, our area is very susceptible to problems with it. And so I always would grow a few seeds in containers, and then I would grow, I don't know, some sort of, I would allow them, they self-seed, so I would have self-seeded ones. The nice thing about the self-seeded ones is they would usually come up later than the ones that we grew from seed. And the nice thing about that was we'd have a more continuous supply. But last year, for the first time, I tried something a little bit more progressive. I was watching YouTube, as one does once in a while, and I discovered that Johnny's had put out new basil plants. And let me give you the name of the kind we tried. They have multiple kinds. This stuff is called Prospera Compact DMR-F1OG, because it's organic. It is downy mildew resistant. Now, sometimes people think they don't have downy mildew because they're like, well, my plants are not fuzzy, so I don't have downy mildew. That's not the test. The test is, do they croak on you, pretty much. Are they really healthy, or do they kind of go crazy and start dropping leaves, and you can trim them back and it works for a while, but then it doesn't, and yeah. So we've been doing that for years, and last year I tried the Prospera. Magic. We love basil. We use it a lot in our cooking. We use it in pizza, for margarita pizzas. We use it in tomato sauce. We use it all kinds of things. So we said, well, heck, we need to do something better about this. It made such a difference. I had a continuous supply of basil all the way through the summer until everything froze like a rock. At the very end of the summer, I scarfed a little bit out of the greenhouse, and we still had fresh basil all the way through December. I think it was somewhere in January, it started getting like the plants were just old. And, you know, I could have replanted probably, I just didn't. But that was worth its weight in gold. So that's going to be the ticket. Now we will probably have some that self-seeds in the garden. And that's fine. We'll still take advantage of it if it does come up and do well. But we're not going to count on it. We're going to count on the basil that we grow in here. Now I may move 1 or 2 plants out into the garden. It depends on how many I get. We're going to give that a shot. We also have a bunch of dill that naturally comes up in the garden. But I am trying a different variety of dill. This is called bouquet. And I think this was supposed to be a little bit more compact than some of the other dill plants. But we thought we'd try it because we've had very, very good luck with Johnny's herb seeds and things like that. So I got a couple of those in here. Now, what that leaves me is I need to, let's see, where's my pen? I need to write down that I have done 2 things of seeds for them, and I have done 3 for the basil, because I like to keep track of what I've done, and I have a chart here that told me exactly how many I was supposed to be doing. So that leaves me with 5 empty holes. Now, what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to start some other things. I have a couple of different things. Remember I mentioned that my lettuce was doing really well, but I didn't have anything particularly exciting in terms of colors or anything. So I have some Haas salad bowl red lettuce. And I'm going to do a couple of those. Probably 2 of those. And in this case, I'm going to be labeling each and every seed cavity in my thing here, because I want to make sure that I actually know what it is, because I'm going to plant more than one kind of red. And I'm going to put a couple of seeds in each one, because they do fine if you have a couple of seeds in each one. It's not a problem. And they will be planted out into 10-gallon buckets if they come up. These are not new seeds, I don't think. No, these are older, which means we have grown them before. And that's fine. But we're going to give it a try again because we decided we wanted a little bit of variety. And that'll be fun to have. I am continuing to replant Henry's radishes. And the new seeds that I put in are already up and doing really well. I am also going to try planting, this is romaine. I think I'm going to plant 2 of these. These are a slightly older seed again too. And one of the things we're doing is we're just kind of using up some of our older seeds. It's always a little bit of potluck, but it's worth it. So this is going to be Green Forest. Green Forest MT0 organic pellets. Now, MT0 is actually a test that is used for lettuce seeds. There is a disease, and I don't remember the name of it, that can hit lettuce, which is really apparently super bad. And this, while it is still possible, I forget how many thousands of seeds they test. So the goal is to have virtually no chance that your seeds will have that disease in them. So most, if not all of their lettuce is tested for the MT10 test. And what else? One more I want to plant. I think I'll try the Selenova red oak leaf. Some of these seeds are older, so they may or may not go, but I'm going to give them a try anyway. I did not rebuy seeds in as large a quantity as I usually do this year, because I felt like I have a stack of these seeds. We're just going to go with it and see what we can get to go. And if we don't get any of a particular type, oh well, we'll live. I'm going to plant 4 seeds in here because they are an older seed, and they are also a pelleted seed. The last time I did this, I actually got very good germination and wound up with more plants than I wanted. Oh well. The nice thing about something like this and planning to put it in the greenhouse is I simply just grab another 10-gallon bucket and do it. And that's it. That is what I was going to do today. I have my sprayer bottle, and I do have some other plans that I want to take advantage of, but not right now. Henry has promised to make me lunch. I was able to get a couple of cool things at the grocery store yesterday, and I'm going to take advantage of that because some guy has offered to make me lunch, and I appreciate that intensely. So you'll notice I'm getting everything out of the sun as quickly as possible. As I said, I don't like to roast my stuff. Now, if you've watched us before, you know that we use sprayers like this to do our watering. And these are cheapies. No, I forget. I wait till they're on sale at Harbor Freight, or there's some sort of a discount where you get, so much off every time you spend so much or something like that. And sometimes I buy these like later in the season when they're super cheap, but they are pretty darn awesome. You can spend more and get a fancier sprayer if you want to. We're just on kind of a budget, so we try not to go crazy. We like the fact that this is not going to blast my seeds, even the tiny ones, and make them fly all over the place. And almost any other solution I might have might do that. This soil is not bone dry. It is slightly damp to start with, so that helps. But I want to make sure that the top side of these guys is really nice and damp. It's hot in here. It's going to get cooler again when I turn on the fan that's over here next to me. I can't turn it on while I'm recording because there's a fan in the background, and the microphone can deal with that one. But when you start adding in too many fans, it gets to be pretty shaggy. Now, when I went to use this morning, first time, because I pre-moistened the soil, I like to actually set up my stuff the night before and pre-moisten it. And I just didn't. We ran out of steam yesterday. It was a really long day. We were really tired. And it was just like, I am not going out and playing in the dirt tonight. So I have been sneaking out here pretty much every day now because I need to harvest radishes and replant radishes. And I'm also making sure everybody's watered because we're going through a little heat spell where we're up in the 80s during the day, which means it gets really hot in here. It'll calm down a little bit again in a couple of days, and then we'll be concerned about how cold it is at night. It's spring, and spring is always a seesaw until it's not. We always joke about, you go straight from winter to summer, and then you're back to winter, and then you're back to summer, and then somewhere along the line it stops going back to winter, and you're just in summer, and sometimes you wish you were back in winter. But at any rate, when I went to use this morning, it was doing something odd. It was squirting. It wasn't squirting water in a nice little pattern like it's supposed to. And the simple solution to that is you unscrew this end here, and you check the inside area here for scooge. Now, in our area, the scooge is likely to be mineralization. I always blow that out. And then I also, if something's been sitting around for a while, sometimes you can also have a little algae that'll grow in it or something. Just makes a mess. But it'll clog it up part of the way. But you can wipe it off with your fingers, blow it off a little bit, and you're back to your cheerful little self of spraying. Now, some people don't like the amount of time that this takes. I really don't have a problem with that. There are times when I'm in a serious hurry, when I'm really pressed for time and I'm trying to just get things done. But I try as much as I can to relax and enjoy this process, because I'm already rushing enough, you know, working and this and that and the other thing. I try not to rush when I'm growing things too. I'll be doing a lot more planting in the next couple of weeks. It's time to have started flowers in the next week or so. Some of them I'll probably start a little early, some I'll wait a little longer on, but yeah, I'll be using the big house trays for that. What we use for seed starting mix here is stuff that we've been buying from Haas. Now, initially when we started, we were using random stuff that we were getting from the store, and we found that it was too random. We were finding too much variation in quality. So we switched to Sun Grow Black Gold natural organic seedling mix, which we were getting from Haas Tools, and it worked really well for us for several years. And then I don't know. I don't know if it was them. I don't know if it was us. It was during COVID, and we started having problems. At that time, Haas Tools had just come out with this, which is the Haas, and this is supposed to be red. It's been in the sun, so it killed the color. Haas Premium Seed Starting Mix. And it's an interesting combination of stuff, but we've had very good luck with it. So I'm just going to stick with it. I think it's about the same price, as I recall, as the Black Gold that they were selling. I think they sell both of them now. But we've been real pleased with it, so we always joke, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this is one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it sort of things. So be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because obviously we're going to be doing tons of things, and this is just one of them. Hopefully in a week or so we'll be showing off our plants. I am really pleased with how the greenhouse is doing right now. As I say, I've been feeding Henry radishes on a regular basis. Our spinach we will harvest probably in the next 2 or 3 days. Same thing with our lettuce. We'll start harvesting that. We are starting to get a few this is one of our new varieties of broccoli, and we have a small head that's forming here. This is sweet stem, which does not produce large heads. It only produces small ones. So it'll be interesting to taste that. This is the only one that's as advanced as it is. The cabbage down there is doing great. I need to give this a water, and I need to get in to enjoy my lunch. So until next time, bye. Oh, and be sure to brainstorm, because obviously we are.